Okay, so I'm here now with Martin McIntyre, head coach of the Golden Gloves Boxing Club. So you're starting the season off again, Martin.
Yes, Dervilia, we're starting off on the 12th of October this year. It's a late start for us. Really, we run all year round practically. This year, we're starting a little bit later because the club has gone back now to younger kids, boy one, girl ones, 11, 12-year-olds, down as far as 10-year-old. So it's a long season now from October until next May. So we decided that we would start that a little bit later because the kids at that age group, they get bored easily and lose focus. Shorter season is better for them and not too intense. They're only kids, they're very young, and they need to enjoy the sport. As they progress in the sport, it becomes very intense, the ones that stay with it. So at this age, the most important thing is to make it enjoyable.
What's the youngest age that a child could join the boxing club?
A few years ago we started, the numbers were so high in the club that we found it hard. The coaches were scarce. We found it very hard to deal with all the different age groups. So a few years ago we decided to add in an extra night. We generally train with competitive boxers Monday, Wednesday and Friday. We added in a Tuesday night for kids from 8 years old up to 10 years old, so that we could give them more attention and teach them just the basics and let them enjoy the boxing, let them enjoy hitting a punch bag, a speedball, a bit of skipping. Basically an hour on a Tuesday night, a bit of fun for the kids, and let them decide by the time they're 11, they'll have decided, well, we want to continue this.
Now you talked there about the skills and techniques they learn in boxing, but there's another side to boxing.
There's another side of boxing which a lot of people overlook. And for me personally, as they always say, long after the boxing ends, what they've learned in boxing continues with them through life. Boxing is a sport that it's a 24/7. If you're committed, if you're really into boxing, it's 24/7. And the skill set you learn in boxing, how to eat, how to respect your body, respect your opponent, respect the people around you, is something that stays with you long after the boxing ends. You can have a tough competition, let it be in the Connacht, the Mayors or Ireland's, whatever. But the one thing you'll always see is the two opponents do is shake hands afterwards. And they have an unspoken respect for each other. And that's something that these youngsters carry with them all their life. 20 years later, 30 years later, they might bump into that person again that they had competed against in their youth, and they'll have respect. They'll remember the day, they'll remember the moment.
When you're working with kids of that age group, we know a lot of the initiatives and areas around mental health for youth and the anti-bullying. Can you tell us a little bit about that with the boxing club?
Well, I think we were one of the first clubs in the area, or one of the first organisations, I should say, in the area to become part of the anti-bullying programme. And we took it on and we learned about it, and it's a great initiative, fantastic thing. We as coaches have learned so much from it about how to deal with kids, deal with situations. Sometimes you're so close. Sometimes you're so close to a situation that you cannot see it. But through the anti-bullying, the whole initiative, we as coaches have become more aware of what to look for, the little signs. We often see kids coming into the club, and this is very, very important. We often see kids coming into the clubs. And as coaches, of course, we're always trying to achieve the highest level and the best we can do and get the best out of the kids and all this kind of stuff. But when you see kids coming into the club, the new season starts, all the familiar faces come in, and then there's always the unfamiliar faces, new kids come in. And you'll see, from time to time, you'll see a young child. And they're standoff. They don't mix. They kind of stay on their own. They don't mix in with everybody else. But at the end of the season, when you see that kid And that kid, all of a sudden, that kid has matured and they're mixing in with all the other kids and they're laughing and they're giggling and having fun. Then, as a coach, you know, well, we've achieved something here. It's not an Irish title. It's not a world medal. It's not a European medal. But we've achieved something here. We have achieved something for that child, has come out with their shell. They've learned to mix. They've learned to get on with other kids and they're not shy. And, you know, you've achieved. That's a huge, huge achievement, bigger than any gold medal that you'll ever win in a club. And like, Irish Céile was, I suppose, the groundbreaking organisation that introduced anti-bullying into Eris, which was a huge thing and a brilliant initiative.
On that note, Martin, we'll just remind people again that the club is opening next Monday. Registration is, if people or parents and their kids turn up at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, yeah.
They can meet yourselves, they can have a look at the club, meet the coaches. Yeah,
we open again next Monday night, the 12th of October. We open our doors again this year for the kids to come back in, re-register. Some of them will be new kids registering, and you know, we look forward to it. We have great coaches in the club, John, Paddy, Joe Gibbons, and we have a lot of people behind the scenes, Dervilia and Mary, Carmel. We have a lot of people hands-on behind the scenes that people don't see. They see the coaches, they hear about the coaches, but they don't see the people behind the scenes. So it's always important to remember the people behind closed doors.
Thank you very much, Martin. That was Martin McIntyre, the Golden Gloves boxing.